Why does this tiny kitten stop trembling whenever the little girl sits beside it, even before food appears or any game begins? At first, people may think the kitten simply likes treats, but its body is really learning which small human voice means safety. For a kitten, love does not begin as romance or loyalty. It begins as relief, when one presence repeatedly makes fear shrink. The girl is only 5, yet she already understands comfort in the purest way. When someone looks lonely, she moves closer gently. She does not analyze the kitten's fear, but she answers it instinctively, offering soft hands, patient waiting, and cheerful sounds each day. The kitten also does not understand words, yet it notices patterns quickly. This child arrives warm, kneels low, and never feels dangerous. So the first bond between them is not built through language at all, but through repeated moments where nothing bad happens there. When the kitten hides under furniture, the girl does not see rejection. She sees a tiny friend who needs more gentle time. When the girl whispers secrets into soft fur, she is practicing care for the first time, and the kitten becomes her safest listener. She feels important because someone smaller now depends on her, and that simple feeling gives childhood affection its bright, protective tenderness daily. Meanwhile, the kitten begins storing her like a safe landmark, the way young animals remember warmth, feeding, and the place panic eases. It remembers the sound of small feet before it understands schedules because comfort often enters an animal mind as rhythm first quietly.
You ready to
That
play?
is why the kitten starts waiting near doorways, not from training, but from eager anticipation that its favorite warmth will return. To adults, following behavior can look clingy, yet for a young kitten, it often means, this moving person has become my map. To the little girl, being followed feels magical because every tiny paw step behind her sounds like proof that she is deeply wanted. She may laugh when the kitten chases ribbons, but hidden inside that laughter is pride because she can create joy for someone. Children often express love through play before they express it through explanation. And the kitten responds because play feels like shared safety. Every silly game between them teaches one quiet lesson. Closeness can be exciting without being frightening, and excitement can end in rest. That matters deeply for a kitten. Anya, because trust is not only built in cuddles, it is also built during happy, controlled arousal. After running wildly through the house, the kitten often crashes into the girl's lap, choosing her body as the softest landing place. That sleepy collapse is not random cuteness. It shows where the kitten feels safest whenever excitement fades and brief vulnerability returns afterward. The girl reads this in her own way, thinking, the kitten picked me again, and that repeated choosing nourishes her little heart. Because she is still so young, her care sometimes looks clumsy, with crooked blankets, uneven petting, and
You're
serious
doing
pretend
a
nurse
great
energy too.
job.
Yet the kitten accepts these awkward gestures beautifully because intention matters in attachment, and her touch has already become linked with comfort. When she wipes its face with a tiny cloth, she imagines parenting, while the kitten experiences grooming-like contact from a trusted source. In that moment, both are practicing a family role, just from opposite sides of innocence. One plays caregiver, one receives calm there. The afternoon window becomes another important place because resting together in the same patch of sunlight teaches their bodies to settle together. Shared rest is one of the clearest signs of trust in animals, and children understand it naturally when they simply stay nearby. The girl does not need the kitten to perform tricks. She is delighted just watching breathing, paws twitching, and sleepy whisker movement. That kind of delight is powerful because it teaches the kitten something rare. My quiet moments are welcome too, not only my entertaining ones. So the bond grows not only from play and feeding, but from being fully accepted in energy, stillness, messiness, and need alike. When the girl talks endlessly to the kitten, she is not expecting replies. She is building companionship through steady emotional presence daily. For the kitten, that talking becomes part of the emotional weather of home, a soft soundtrack that predicts warmth instead of danger. This is why many young pets seem to calm down around chatty children. Constant, gentle sound can feel anchoring when the world feels huge. The kitten may not know her words, but it knows her tone changes when she feels happy, worried, curious, or sleepy nearby. That sensitivity helps explain why the kitten often comes closer when the girl sounds sad, even if no food or toy appears. Animals read emotion through pattern and energy, so her quieter voice may signal a moment when closeness matters more than play now. Then the girl hugs it tighter, believing she is being comforted, while the kitten is also comforted because her heartbeat feels familiar. Their needs are different, but the circle works beautifully. She wants a friend, and the kitten wants a safe, emotional home there. That is why this relationship feels so healing to watch, because neither one is trying to impress the other or earn affection. They simply keep showing up, and repeated presence is one of the purest ingredients of attachment for both children and animals alike. When the kitten races after her through the hallway, it is not only burning energy, it is rehearsing connection through movement too. Moving together creates a simple social rhythm. And for a young kitten, shared rhythm can feel almost as reassuring as physical touch. For the girl, every successful chase becomes a tiny celebration because someone she loves is choosing her over every other corner today. Even ordinary routines become special under this bond, like snack time, nap time, floor play, and the important ritual of reunion each day. Every reunion teaches the kitten that absence can end safely, and every reunion teaches the girl that love can come running back. This is especially meaningful in early childhood, when being remembered by another living creature feels wonderfully close to being cherished for real. Sometimes the kitten will suddenly nap inside her arms, and that trust lands in the girl like a small glowing medal there. She may not say it clearly, but inside she feels chosen, useful, gentle, and needed. Dear, all at once by this tiny friend today. Those feelings matter because caring for the kitten quietly helps her rehearse empathy, responsibility, and tenderness without heavy adult pressure or lectures. Meanwhile, the kitten is rehearsing something equally profound: how to trust attachment without losing freedom, curiosity, or playful independence at the same time. It learns that coming close does not always end in restraint. Sometimes closeness means warmth, fun, food, and peaceful sleep afterward, too. That lesson shapes confidence because secure young animals explore more bravely when they know a trusted figure remains emotionally available nearby still. So, when the kitten dashes away, then returns seconds later, it is not mixed messaging. It is secure exploration in action there. The girl usually reads that return as affection, and in a sweet way, she is absolutely right about it each single time. Because for a kitten, returning voluntarily is one of the clearest body level ways to say, I still choose this bond again here. The girls' pretend caretaking games also matter because repetition turns affection into routine. And routine is one of attachment's strongest languages daily. Each time she brings a toy bowl, tiny towel, or whispered bedtime story, the kitten experiences predictable care inside playful form there. Predictability lowers anxiety in animals, which is why the kitten gradually becomes looser, bolder, and more mischievously itself around her each day. What adults call naughty can sometimes be confidence blooming because a kitten only reveals its fullest playful self where fear has softened. So when it tumbles through boxes, steals ribbons, and springs onto cushions, the deeper story is not chaos, it is joyful security. The girl laughs because the kitten is funny, but also because its happiness confirms that her little world feels safe enough today. In a quiet way, she becomes proud of the atmosphere she creates, even though she would never use words like atmosphere herself. She only knows that when the kitten is beside her, the room feels brighter, softer, and somehow more complete to her now. The kitten feels something equally simple. When the girl is near, curiosity stretches farther because comfort stays within reach nearby for it. This balance between exploring and returning is one of the most beautiful signs that attachment is healthy rather than fearful in kittens. Fearful attachment clings desperately or hides completely, but secure attachment moves outward, and then back inward, like breathing between adventure and home again. That is exactly what makes their bond so touching. The kitten trusts enough to roam and loves enough to come back home. The girl's own childhood grows through this too, because tenderness becomes easier whenever it has a small, living shape to hold nearby. She learns patience when the kitten wriggles away, gentleness when it looks sleepy, and delight when it returns for one more cuddle. None of these lessons arrive as rules, which is why they sink so deeply. They arrive as tiny, shared moments instead together. The kitten is also shaped by those moments, learning that humans can be read not only as large creatures, but as gentle companions. Specifically, this little human becomes its safest human, because safety feels strongest when it is linked to play, feeding, and rest together. That is why the girl's scent on blankets or clothes can calm the kitten, even when she is not in sight nearby. Association is powerful in animal minds, and she has been paired with so many good endings that her presence becomes emotional shorthand. The same works in reverse for the girl who sees fur, hears purring, and immediately feels her own mood soften again gently. Together, they create a tiny emotional ecosystem where one small being's calm keeps feeding the other's calm all day long at home. This is why the sweetest part is not any single cute act, but the constant mutual regulation hidden underneath ordinary play there. She thinks, "This kitten is my best friend." But underneath that thought is something deeper. I can love and be loved here. The kitten thinks nothing in words, yet its body says something just as profound. This little person is my warmest place now. Because both hearts are still so young, their bond stays uncluttered by pride, embarrassment, expectation, or complicated fear of rejection yet there. They do not need
I'm
grand
back.
promises.
Did you miss
They
me?
only need daily return,
Meow.
daily play,
Meow.
daily softness,
Good kitty.
and the joy of recognizing each other.
Purr.
That is what makes this friendship feel so healing to witness. It shows how presence alone can become a life-changing gift sometimes. The kitten gives the girl someone to protect, and the girl gives the kitten a childhood filled with safety and delight daily. Neither knows they are shaping the other's inner world, yet that shaping happens in every chase, cuddle, nap, and reunion together there. What looks small from the outside is enormous inside them. And because tiny repeated kindness often builds the deepest emotional homes of all. So when the kitten curls asleep in the girl's lap after a day of play, the scene holds much more than cuteness. It holds trust, comfort, recognition, and the quiet triumph of two little beings discovering that togetherness can make the world feel gentle. For the girl, the kitten is her first best friend. For the kitten, the girl is the safest place childhood ever opened. And perhaps that is the whole secret. The purest friendships are not built by big promises, but by staying joyfully near daily.